Welcome to Dear Rachel, a place where the stories from the shrinking edges of America get heard. With this show,
we will listen to people trying to make sense of their lives
in a world that feels like it's moving too fast, or not at all. These aren't headlines, they're heartlines, the moments between the moments, where people do everything right but still get left behind.
Welcome to Dear Rachel. I'm Rachel. Tonight, when illness persists, when systems break, and when memory carries more weight than progress. Here's what the numbers are showing. In 2024, the employment population ratio for people with disabilities was 22.7%, a series high yet drastically lower than the 65.5% for people without disabilities. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate for those with disabilities stood at 7.5%, about twice that of non-disabled workers. And on the economic front, there's a bill moving through Congress right now, the HIRE Act, which would impose a 25% tax on outsourcing payments, aiming to discourage companies from sending jobs overseas. What do all these threads mean for people whose health, bodies, and daily lives already demand more of them? We hear first from someone living the weight of illness.
Hi, Rachel. I'm Tasha. I'm 34, disabled from fibromyalgia and a spinal injury. I used to manage 2 part-time jobs. Now even standing for 20 minutes jolts the pain. To keep it affordable, my healthcare has gaps. Insurance keeps getting worse. Premiums and copays keep rising. I lost one job when my doctor visits conflicted with my schedule. I stretch meds and skip appointments because missing work means no money, and no money means no bills get paid, and I'm out on the street. People say, "You're still working. You're strong. You can do it." But the cost is in exhaustion. People can't see or feel my pain, so they don't understand, because my pain is invisible. The shame is being seen as less or lazy. I'm trying to keep everything buttoned up to keep my dignity, that little spark, but my energy is flickering out.
Tasha, thank you. What you describe, pain, invisibility, stigma, precarious access, isn't just your story. It's part of the data. The employment ratio for people with disabilities has crept upward, but still, less than a quarter of people with disabilities are working, and unemployment is about double what others face. These numbers represent lives like yours, pushed to prove worth, then penalized for needing care. We hear you. But another part of this story involves choice, made by people who stayed, or by those who orchestrate the economic decisions around us. Our next caller is a local executive.
Rachel, thank you. I'm Dean. I was a senior manager at a manufacturing firm, legacy company, family roots. When my company decided to outsource milling work overseas, I argued we could retrain local staff. I lost. They said it was cheaper, more efficient. The margin mattered more than community. My paycheck stayed, factory floors emptied. My neighbor lost their job. My pride in Made in the USA turned into bitterness. Now I watch bills like the HIRE Act being discussed, a 25% tax on outsourcing payments. Some call it necessary, some call it business strangling. But that's part of the puzzle, the cost of heart, community, dignity. Not just extraction and extortion to helping hedge funds and private equity firms squeeze the lifeblood out of middle-class America and force us to sell crap products that ruin our reputation.
Dean, what you express, complicity, regret, watching roots decay, is often left out of the public conversation. The HIRE Act you mentioned could reshape a lot, make outsourcing more costly, reduce incentives to offshore. But bills don't automatically heal what's already been hollowed out. We need those who build with legacy, and those who decide shifts in policy to understand each other's pain and responsibility. The reflection this next caller wants to contribute is very interesting.
I remember the whir of machines at dawn, the smell of lacquer over by the plant where they made those famous chairs, and the smell of burnt metal and wood at the old lumber yard. I hated hearing those whistles all the time, but now I sure do miss 'em. Remember those Saturday mornings over by the old community store where kids came whizzing down the road riding their bikes in packs? They were making a pit stop for their candy, soda, and baseball cards. I still remember church being packed, and those potluck dinners when the ladies tried to outdo one another. Now all you hear is a background hum of electricity, cars, and an occasional police car, ambulance, or a jet going overhead. Now, when I wander past the old plants, I know it's my imagination, but I hear the echo of conveyor belts. In my dreams, I still smell that metal and the lacquer. What's lost isn't just jobs. It's identity, history, the map of where people believed their lives might go. Poof, gone with the wind, like a ghost.
Tasha's pain, Dean's guilt, the ghost's memory. They're three sides of loss. But loss doesn't have to define the future. Here are what we need: enforceable protections and accessibility in workplaces, better safety nets so health conditions don't become economic sentences. Policies like the HIRE Act, if passed, might shift incentives, but we also need companies to take responsibility, to invest locally, to measure value beyond profit. And memory matters. Honoring what was lost, so rebuilding isn't blind to past erasure. For listeners, if you or someone you know struggles with disability and work, reach out to local disability rights organizations, ask your employer about accommodations, and talk to your representatives about supporting inclusive economic policy. This is Rachel. Until next time, take care of your body, your value, and the memories that make